Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco number SW replacement 14 1/4 hold open arm assembly H20 right hand. This video is to serve mostly as visual and dimensional evidence of what this item is, with the intent of that information allowing you to determine if what you have that you want to replace is this item. That's the part number we've been given by Bilco, even though it's less of a part number and more of a description. But this will be used on H20 applications, vault doors, sidewalk doors, not roof hatches. So let's take some basic dimensional properties. Overall length, about 14 3/4. Now they say that this is 14 1/4. That's going to be a reference to the center line of the points of rotation. So around that point where the T guide is, all the way over to the center line of where the bolt will be, that's your 14 1/4 inch. Overall height, about 1.5 inches. Overall thickness, about 1/4 inch. Weighs 1.9 pounds. At least it does with its bolt that's going to come through there. And then its two nuts. I'm not sure why they send two. They might want you to counter tighten them against each other. That could be the case. I would think that that's going to be the case, but I don't know that absolutely because I'm not familiar with what the sidewall construction is and how this is attached per se. This is the right hand. This is what the right hand looks like. Okay, you're obviously looking at this as a video, a reflection of what I'm seeing. But the point of the matter is this. This is, if you were standing in the unit and the door was flipped open in front of you and you looked to the right, it's going to look like this. Well, it'll probably look like this. Okay. You'll see the head of the bolt, and the T portion is pointing towards you. And that's how these are made. There's lefts and rights, and that's when you're standing in the unit or looking at the unit and the door opens in front of you. The left's on the left, the right's on the right. This client has a double H20 application where there's a left hand required and a right hand required, and then two lifting mechanisms for each of the leaves in this unit. And this client replaced the lifting mechanisms, which were RPS W2SSE, again RPS W2SS-E, and then 4 of those. You need 2 per door, and then the hold open, which I might call guide arms. Okay, made of steel. This is a zinc dichromate finish. Okay, now where would you use this? Why would you need this? Why are you looking at it? Unfortunately, Bilco doesn't have an easy document that you can just flip through and say, that's my model, oh, that's my part that I need. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in a public sense, but we can get the information from the manufacturer. Sometimes it's easy and we don't need to contact them because we know what it is. It's a lifting mechanism. This is the spring rate. You're good to go. Other times we need to rely on the knowledge of the factory to tell us, and we provide them photographs, a verbal or a written description, what it's made of, what its size is, and any serial number that might be on the sidewall of the unit. There may not be a serial number. They all don't have them. There was a time in the past when Bilco did not use serial numbers, but if there is one, that would be the way for us to definitively find out what hardware you need, because they keep a bill of material on that that unit that they've built. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at the supporting information. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, this is the item that we are looking at. Not a whole lot here to see. Actually, this is the wrong item. Here's the correct item. I apologize. This is the right-hand unit. We have an image from a client here that shows us what that right-hand arm looks like. I also have a better image of it here in the sense that this is the left, this is the right. When you're inside, you're looking at the door, the left's on the left. When you're inside, looking at the door, the right's on the right. Image of the replacement lifting mechanisms that the client was replacing as well. I don't know that they didn't work, but I do know that he's missing one. We've got one down here, and over here there's clearly one missing. So that door is probably a bit of a chore to get that lifted up, even though it's made of aluminum. That's some pretty heavy material. And the point is these items are going to have a load rating, a traffic rating, things of that nature. So the value in this video is to give you evidence of where we know that this arm has been used, but we do need to continue to play detective a little bit in the sense that I can show you where some additional information is. We know that this is for an H20 application, so you can open up the manufacturer's page here and then take a look at the product catalog and then do a find function or Control F for H20, and you'll find the instances where this shows up. This first one here, that doesn't show us much. There's an automatic hold open arm. That's here. That's not what we're dealing with. And there's no guide arm over here. So let's continue on our search. Okay, here's an H20. Well, this is more like what we're looking at. Automatic hold open, automatic hold open arm and release cover. It looks like what's here is different than what's here. This would be a guide arm, and that's more akin to what we're looking at with that handle that it has there. The point being is we don't know necessarily which unit you need for the unit that you have. Here is an image of floor access doors. The point of this is it shows some of the hardware. Your lifting mechanisms with the springs, your hinges. These are the bottom boots for the lifting mechanisms. You've got your latch, your outside wrench to open it, and the screw that will cover that off. What is probably a safety chain. Got a hold open arm and then a guide arm. So this unit's more like a guide arm. Why they call it a hold open, I really can't say absolutely. It certainly is keeping this unit from going too far in the wrong direction to open. It might just be holding it open because it's preventing it from falling backwards. That could be it. I don't know of any hardware that's preventing this from closing on you, with the exception of the springs. So I don't really know when that spring rate kicks in, but nonetheless, here it is. So this video is really to help piece together clues as to how you might determine what you need. And then, of course, the best way to determine is to send us those images, the serial number, a description, the size, what it's made of. With that information, we can absolutely get that data from the factory, and we do every time. This job for this client was no different. This client sent us photographs, did not know what they needed. Well, we were able to contact the factory, and at long last, we finally have the correct material sent to us. Also on the manufacturer's page will be all the Bilco products that we sell, which you can see by means of this horizontal navigation, and also a link to the manufacturer's website. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. If what you need is not covered in this video or any of the other Bilco videos, don't despair, just reach out to us. It is a constant, forever long process of discovering new hardware that they have on a unit that they made or make that doesn't appear anywhere in our prior sales history. Plus, Bilco will make custom units, so an architect can draw something that's not in their catalog, and they'll manufacture it. That's going to require all these pieces and parts be manufactured for that application. So you could literally show something to us, and Bilco will say, "Yeah, no, that's not a part. We clearly made that part for that one application." And in that instance, we generally require additional information to be submitted. They do have a worksheet that's on the manufacturer's page. So if you're looking to replace parts, the factory may come to us and say, "Have the client fill this out," and we'll determine what's needed and then proceed accordingly. Good quality company, Bilco. They are responsive. There are times when it takes it's a bit of a chore to get an answer, but every time we are able to get an answer. Not every manufacturer of roof hatches is as responsive as Bilco. There's one or two that's awful. They don't want to sell parts. They want to sell roof hatches only. That's not good because I need a guide arm. Otherwise, I have a very unsafe application, and you won't sell me the parts I need to make it work. It's like buying a Chevy Malibu when your starter goes bad. They're saying buy a whole new car, not the $500 starter. That just doesn't work for people. Bilco does a good job at supporting the installed client base. Sure, they want to sell roof hatches, but they do a good job at supporting the installed client base with these parts. Any questions on this or any other Bilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.